Welcome to my channel. My aim is to bring you content as a layperson, for you, a layperson, on what initially started out as maintenance focus. But I will also expand on the many layers and nuances and intersections, for example, financial abuse, co-parenting, education, activism, abuse, poverty, research, and even maybe dating as a single parent with children. Please subscribe, like, and share my channel. We are going to start with maintenance. The first thing you need to do is download a copy of the Maintenance Act. A link is in the description for easy access. This document will become your grail. Read through it, highlight the sections that are relevant for you. It is very important to understand the Act. This will stay in your file, and when you go to court, you can reference the various sections. And if you are unsure or the official is not acting according to the regulations, you can ask them to explain it, or you can mention in a polite manner that that's not what the regulations say. So I'm going to start with a preamble because this is the intention of the Act. I will give you the reality. I will not create false expectations for you. That is not empowerment. I have been through the system for the past 10 years and have been running my Facebook group, Child Maintenance Difficulties, in South Africa for 7 years. There is a plethora of stories that are testimony to the dysfunctionality of the maintenance courts. And unless you are informed, you're going to fall off the merry-go-round and get a bloody nose. I will give you information that will empower you to navigate the system, to understand what, where, why, and how. Nothing but the truth. A bit satirical, cynical, and at times maybe a bit sarcastic. You have to manage your expectations. This is probably the best advice I can give you. A question I will ask repeatedly is, who benefits the most from the maintenance system? Okay, so let's get on to the preamble. The first one. Whereas the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa in 1996 as the supreme law of the Republic was adopted so as to establish a society based on democratic values, social and economic justice, equality and fundamental human rights, and to improve the quality of life of all citizens, and to free the potential of all persons by every means possible, including, amongst others, by the establishment of a fair and equitable maintenance system. Okay, there is no social or economic justice, no equality, and no regard to fundamental human rights. You're on your own in the system. There is no fair and equitable maintenance system. Next one. And whereas the Republic of South Africa is committed to give high priority to the rights of children, to their survival, and to their protection and development, as evidenced by the signing of the World Declaration on the Survival, Protection, and Development of Children, agreed to at New York on the 30th of September 1990, and its accession on the 16th of June 1995 to the Convention on the Rights of the Child, signed at New York on the 20th of November 1989. Well, I guess this is subjective. High priority to the rights of children? You have to be kidding. The children's rights are abused by the very system that is meant to protect them. There is no priority at the maintenance courts. Unless, no maintenance, endless postponements, and shoulder shrugging is prioritizing maintenance. You decide. Next one. And whereas Article 27 of the said convention specifically requires state parties to recognize the right of every child to a standard of living that is adequate for the child's physical, mental, spiritual, moral, and social development, and to take all appropriate measures in order to secure the recovery of maintenance for the child from the parents or other persons having financial responsibility for the child. South Africa is one of the most unequal societies in the world, so it's understandable that the above statement is pretty vague. The least that could be done is a minimum amount, have some standard or table. At the moment, there is no minimum, and there are over 60% of children growing up with an absent father who pays very little or nothing. The above says every child. And whereas the recovery of maintenance in South Africa possibly falls short of the Republic's international obligations in terms of the said convention, no shit, Sherlock, really just a little short. And whereas the South African Law Commission is investigating, in addition to the recovery of maintenance for children, the reform of the entire South African maintenance system, no guidelines or framework, open-ended and maybe sometime in the future. The next one. And whereas it is considered necessary that, pending the implementation of said Law Commission's recommendations, certain amendments be effected in the interim to the existing laws relating to maintenance, and that as a first step in the reform of the entire South African maintenance system, certain of those laws be restated with a view to emphasizing the importance of a sensitive and fair approach to the determination and recovery of maintenance. Again, who benefits the most from the Maintenance Act? The family courts are mandated to implement and enforce maintenance, protection orders, and protect the well-being of children. The following courts make up the family court cluster: the Domestic Violence Court, the Children's Court, and the Maintenance Court. In the next episode, I will give you an overview of maintenance. Thank you for watching my channel, and look out for the next episode.